Hello class 11th students, how are you? I hope all of you are safe at home. So let's start the chapter 5, complex numbers and quadratic equations. Before starting the chapter, I shall request you to subscribe my channel. I am waiting you. Have you subscribed my channel? Okay, let's start the chapter 5, complex numbers and quadratic equations. Before starting the chapter, I shall explain you about the history of numbers, history of number system. Previously, the people were able to know only the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These numbers are called natural numbers. After the discovery of zero by Aryabhatta, the number was complete and that numbers were called whole numbers. The number starts from 0. In a similar way, in solving some questions, negative numbers were known and these numbers were called negative numbers. Then after the combination of 0, positive number means natural numbers and negative numbers. The numbers were called integers. Integers means plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2 and 0. After that, the discovery of number, after solving some equations, some numbers were come like that, minus 2 upon 3, 3 upon minus 2. These numbers are called rational numbers. In the development of science, in the development of maths, x square minus 2 equals to 0, then x equal to under root 2 or minus under root 2. These numbers were called irrational numbers. After the combination of the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, the combination of all these types of numbers are called real numbers. Then the real number is a bundle of natural number, whole number, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers. These numbers are customary in our number system. But there was a problem. X square plus 1 equal to 0. Then x square equal to minus 1. And we know that the square of any real number is never negative. But in this case, x square equal to minus 1, which is not possible in our number system. But the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, this is our objective to solve this type of quadratic equation. And the discriminant of this quadratic equation is d equal to b square minus 4ac, t equal to b square minus 4ac less than 0, which is not possible in our real number system. Then a mathematician, a great mathematician, Euler, you have heard the name of Euler, gave the name as I. I is derived from iota, iota. The short form of iota is I, and the value of I is under root minus 1. Since this type of number is not in the customary of our real number system, therefore this type of number is called imaginary number. Imaginary number is derived from iota. Now the question is, what is called complex numbers? Complex number is a mixture of two types of number. First type of number is called real number, and second type of number is called imaginary number. Then the real number is represented by Z. Z is called complex number. In complex numbers there are two types of numbers: real number and imaginary number. The combination of real and imaginary is called complex numbers. It is denoted by Z. Z equal to A plus IB. A is called real part. It is denoted by REZ equal to A. And B is called imaginary part. It is denoted by IMZ equal to B. In this way, Z equal to real part Z plus imaginary part Z. A plus IB. Let us suppose this is Cartesian plane, x-axis, y-axis. Let us suppose this is origin. In imaginary number system, this axis is called real axis, and in imaginary number system this is called imaginary axis. Let us suppose Z equal to x plus iy. X is around x axis. From here to here, let us suppose this is x, distance is x, and iy along y-axis. Let us suppose this is along y-axis, distance is y. This point is P, x, y. In ordered pair, point P is the coordinate in ordinate form x, y. Then from O to P is called distance r. Distance r equal to can be written as mod z. Mod z. Mod z is called modulus of z equal to distance formula under root x square plus y square. Because the distance from origin means 0, 0, x1, y1, x2, y2, under root x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. The distance will be under root x square plus y square. This distance is r. This can be written as mod of z. Understood? If this angle is theta, then tan theta is equal to y upon x, perpendicular upon base. The side opposite to theta is y, perpendicular, this is base theta. Then theta can be written as tan inverse y upon x. This theta is called argument of z. argument of z, and mod z is called modulus of z. Understood? Here x z equal to x plus iy is in Cartesian form. Cartesian form. I have to write it into polar form. Polar form. Then polar form is written can be polar form r theta. Polar. This is polar coordinate, and we can write it as x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. Then z equal to x plus iy. In place of x, I will put r cos theta plus I r sin theta. Then z equal to r is common, cos theta plus I sin theta. This is polar form and this is Cartesian form. This is Cartesian form, this is polar form. This plane is known as Argand plane. Argand plane. In imaginary number system, the plane is called Argand plane. In a real number system, this plane is called Cartesian plane. This system z equal to x plus iy, and this polar system, this is Cartesian system. Understood? Now I am moving further. Algebra of complex numbers. First of addition. It follows, first one, it follows closure law. Closure law means addition of two complex numbers will be complex number. Let us suppose z1 plus z2. Z1 is complex number, z2 is second complex number. If I add complex number to complex number, the result will be complex number. Number 2 is commutative property. Commutative property. Z1 plus Z2 equal to Z2 plus Z1. Number 3 is associative property. Associative property. Z1 plus under bracket Z2 plus Z3 equal to Z1 plus Z2 under bracket plus Z3. This is associative property. Number 4 is existence of identity, additive identity. Z equal to x plus iy and Z1 equal to 0 plus 0i. Then this Z1 is called additive identity because on adding this number, there will be no effect of the complex number z. Therefore, this is called additive identity. Number 5. Additive inverse. If z equal to x plus I y and z1 equal to minus x minus I y, then z and z1 are called additive inverse to each other. Z1, here Z1 can be written as minus x plus I times minus y, or I am taking common minus in this side, then minus Z1 equal to plus x plus I y. This is called additive inverse, because on adding this number and this number z and this number minus z, on adding this, you will get the result 0 plus 0 I. This is additive identity. Understood? Now I am moving further. Multiplication. Multiplication. If z1 equal to a plus ib, z2 equal to c plus id, then first it follows closure rule, closure property. z1 into z2, a plus ib dot c plus I d. The result will be AC minus BD plus I times AD plus BC. After multiplying this number and this number, the result will be this. Therefore, this is also a complex number. This real part and this imaginary part. Therefore, after multiplying two complex numbers, the result will be complex number. Therefore, it follows complex closure property. Now, second is commutative. Commutative property. Z1 dot Z2 equal to Z2 dot Z1. It will be the result same. This result will be the same. Therefore, it follows commutative property. Number 3 is associative property. Z1 under the bracket Z2, Z3 equal to Z1 under the bracket Z1, Z2 outside Z3. It follows associative property. Number 4 is inverse, multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. If z equal to 1 plus 0 I, this is called multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. Z equal to 1 plus 0 I. Let us suppose if z equal to x plus I y is given, then its multiplicative inverse will be x upon x square plus y square plus I times minus y upon x square plus y square. If z equal to s plus iy, then multiplicative inverse will be x upon x square plus y square plus I times minus y upon x square plus y square. This is multiplicative inverse. And if I multiply this number to this number, z x plus iy, the result will be 1 plus 0 I. Therefore, this number is multiplicative inverse of this number, and after multiplying these two multiplicative inverses, the value will be multiplicative identity. Therefore, it follows multiplicative inverse rule. Now the value of I can be written as I equal to under root minus 1. I square equal to minus 1. I cube equal to I square into I square means minus 1 into I, that will be minus I to power 4 equal to I square into I square can be written as minus 1 into minus 1 equal to 1. Then the value of I to power 4 is 1. Then I can simplify the power of I as the multiples of 4. For example, a question is from exercise 5.1, question number 3, I to power minus 39. I to power minus 39. I have to evaluate this. Then first of all, you will divide by 4, 39, 4 9 are 36, 3 remainder. I can write it as I to power 4, I to power 4, whole power 9 into I to power 3. Once again, I will divide by 4, 4 9 are 36, 3 remainder. I will write I to power 4, this 4, power 9, whole power 9, this whole power 9, and the remainder 3, I to power 3. I to power 4 means 1, and 9 power, and I to power 3. 1 power 9 means 1 into I to power 3 can be written as I square into I. 1, I square means minus 1 into I. Minus 1 into I means minus I. The value is calculated. Now the conjugate of a complex number. Let us suppose z equal to x plus iy. This is a complex number. Then conjugate of z will be z bar, and it will be x minus I y. First, let us suppose 3I plus 2. Its conjugate will be minus 3I plus 2. You will change the sign, but which number change the sign? Of imaginary number. If here is 3, then it will be conjugate of 3, I will be minus 3I plus 2, and if it is written plus 2 plus 3I, then conjugate will be 2 minus 3I. You have to change the sign of imaginary part. Imaginary part, you have to change the sign only. Now, you can see more questions from your textbook. You will solve. Thank you.